Hey, it's me, Sai7, and welcome to part 103 of Limbus Company. Today we're going to be checking out the new Yiseng Identity Dimension Shredder. I gotta say, day late, it was way too freaking hot to stream yesterday because my AC went out and my microphone picks up a fan way too easily. I didn't think that'd be a great experience. Don't do it. Is he bad? Shoot. I've seen a lot of interesting takes on this ID. We also have some really... Don't shard the LCE ego. Well, why? There's no way he's that bad. It is that bad. I need him for the Mirror Dungeon achievements.
고맙소. 잘 먹으리다.
Oh.
일전에 낯간지럽다며 거절하였던 부서 회식. 염치불고하고 함께해도
Dude, why is it...
되겠어.
Is it just me, or do gacha games go really hard when it comes to making the food look good? Let's see, charge. Yeah, man, W Corp, he's saying kinda outdated, huh? When did he come out? This is like a season 2 ID. Yeah, look, bro thinks he's part of the team, doesn't even have an NV skill 3. Poor guy, set up for failure. Look at that, he's got rip space. Caramelized pork and eggs is really tasty. I can't say I've ever had it. Well, check out the Uptie story, and then we have some kind of big news about Kanto 10. Strictly construed, I could not rightly be described as a person of sociable disposition. Nay, even should such a strict observation be dispensed with, many would naturally arrive at that judgment, for I myself have long thought the same. I confess, I was beset by concern when I first entered this company's employ. For a department so devoted to research, there was an astonishing preponderance of socially disposed individuals here. Yeah, sometimes reading the things he's saying, thinks or says is like a tongue twister, man. But expected to be in the company of those who prefer to remain seated quietly in the research facility, surrounded by books and apparatus, with their fingers wrapped around pens or tapping on keyboards. And more often than not, someone would approach me with a precipitous proposal of a dining excursion. Another would invite me to joint experiments on some new prototype. A conventional definition, the title researcher refers to those who bear glasses of substantial bulk and liberal refraction, those who so seldom depart their seats that their neck, back, and tongue alike have grown stiff. Here, however, were researchers of unconventional vocational disposition, some boasting the physique of a circus strongman, probably this guy, some who are engrossed in embellishing themselves with the latest cosmetics and clothes. But you know what, does the arm here remind anybody of anything? It seems like it's a full gauntlet. I guess I can't say much about the sword. Like robotics, electronics, nothing comes to my mind. And that led me to realize that the compass of my understanding of the common state of things was narrower than even the tiniest of bird cages. What? Being hardly sociable myself, I spent my time here wondering whether this would be a suitable workplace for me in the long run. I've never been one with much predilection for change. In those days, I constantly wondered whether the ceaselessly excitable personalities of those around me would send me into bouts of vertigo and nausea, and whether it would be wiser to seek another job while the opportunity still remained. That's funny. Him talking to people is basically the equivalent of being seasick. Yeah, me too, man, me too. But it is said that even the flow of the smallest brook may wear away the stone. Unobtrusive and persistent, their overtures did, in the end, manage to turn me toward them. Though I was yet to grow wholly accustomed to the habit of that brawny hand striking my back. That is, and the hearty laughter that came with that breach of personal space. That being said, were it not for them, I would never have understood that sequestering oneself to the laboratory was not the most ideal answer. Ideal? And once I began to examine the ego gear researched here in the LCE, I also came to understand that the old-fashioned practice of conducting research in the confines of rooms could hardly contribute to the proper study of subjects. Because the notion that human emotion could react so directly to a research subject was not one I had ever entertained before. Not here either. And if it's not... Wait, what? Oh, did he get lost? Oh no. My coworkers had taken to providing me with fermented dairy drinks. One appeared upon my desk, and then another. By the time the beverages accumulated beyond the prospect of solitary consumption, and when, eventually, the sole solution was to pass some of them along to other people, the company entrusted me with the exclusive responsibility for researching a particular piece of ego gear. Wait, they really gave him Dimension Shredder so he could go and pass off drinks? Yo, I didn't know it was gonna be a Yisang the Milkman. It was denominated Dimension Shredder. As its name intimated, it possessed the ability to tear through the empty air, opening a passage by which one might traverse another dimension. I had thought that the assignment of responsibility too was attentive solicitude on the management's part. An act of care for an employee who had just begun to exchange words with his coworkers, but had yet to learn the finer points of actively initiating an interaction of his own accord. It extended toward one such as I, who would approach others with the intention of sharing a beverage, only to pause and dither bashfully before returning to his seat, the bottle still in his hand. Man, this poor dude. Though all things considered, I now believe it was less an act of care than a cunning expedient. The human resource management's policy to foster camaraderie and permit me the guise of testing Ego Gear's capabilities through which I, however, circuitously initiate. I might test passing through a dimensional apparatus to surreptitiously place a bottle of beverage in a colleague's desk. He is a milkman. And return from thence to my own desk, perhaps with a comment or two on the successful use of it. Something along the lines of, I've arrived at the intended coordinates without deviation. An unabashedly blatant loophole, but initiation nonetheless. Perhaps the expectation was to have me, through the incremental repetition of such acts, grow sociable enough to someday leave a small note of greeting beside the drink. Buddy, just say hi. Or mayhap on another someday, to initiate, however awkwardly, conversation with a coworker whom I might encounter at the end of the brief dimensional travel. Until, perhaps, upon a someday more distant still, I might finally converse in comfort with my fellows in the company cafeteria, without requiring any dimensional travel as a means to close the distance between myself and another. Until someday, I might approach by my own volition a new hire who joins the department to place a bottle of beverage before them and say, "Pray, have one of these. This is for you." This cannot be. It ought surely to lie there, waiting for my return betwixt the passing dimensions. I think he got lost. I've already torn open hundreds of dimensional pathways to pass through, and the coordinates too had to have been correct. Perhaps I'd been... overly reliant on the convenient ambiguity the word someday affords, by which I had purchased the permission to postpone every unactioned gesture. Oh, is that the friend's arm? Oh, it is. Yeah, this is the same, like, circuitry. Wait, did he kill them on accident? It seems that those vague, vacillant assurances of the past have finally returned to have me reap the consequences. It was just another experiment on the dimensions, a routine test of the ego gear. Oh, he actually might have. As the purpose of this particular experiment was to leap through more dimensions than I had in the prior experiments, I prepared a greater variety of loopholes. And as contingency for unforeseen emergencies, I'd identified the absolute dimension from which I could guarantee my return to whence I departed. In spite of my vigilance, in spite of my thoroughness, however, I cannot find my way to my home dimension. I must scour the path to find the way back. The path toward the welcoming camaraderie and warmth await. Alas, leap after leap, only the remnants of carnage and its blood-steeped scent hail my return. In between scenes of carnage, I witnessed repeatedly the effervescent pits of venom, bland and ceaseless tremor, and globes of plasma charged with high-voltage electricity that fried every molecule it struck. Effervescent pits of... is this like... I mean, I imagine this takes place in the LCE. I'll have to check what mirror world this is. I think this is separate from, like, all the House of Spider worlds. Because it's either that he accidentally, like, killed his friends, or maybe while he was away, they got attacked. How much time I've spent searching, I cannot know. It may be that, in the liminal spacetimes that exist within and without the multiplicity of dimensions, time has already progressed to such a longitude that it has crossed past the fringes of my capacity to perceive it. Nevertheless, I am left bereft of choice, but to still my lungs' trebled respiration, and persevere in the search for my colleagues, endlessly longing for their warmth. Oh, this might be a sword over here too. That kind of looks like the loop. That I may tell them I am sorry, that I was content to only receive, never give, that I made my bed in the comfort of doing naught to reciprocate. Until, at last, I came to realize... As a matter of fact, the alley was an open one. I hadn't gone astray. That an accident of sorts had brought Scourge to whence I came and wrought such carnage that it was no more recognizable than an alien dimension. Had we not been assured that the security systems of our company, comprised of contraptions of peerless worth, made it nigh impossible to penetrate? So how... The security systems were disabled from within? Okay, so this is a House of Spiders attack then. A traitor in our midst? Thus, I embrace a second realization. Of course, in the infinite possibilities afforded by the multitude of dimensions, the world of such preposterous treachery may also exist. But that cannot possibly be the dimension I call home. Of this I am certain. I know of no colleague of mine who would dare commit such a... Nay, There's no time to dally on such a worthless musing. Hurry along I must. Hurry along. To my world where warmth and kindness awaits. Dude, that's so sad. So yeah, it did seem like he was out dimension hopping and then they got attacked. I wonder what that means for Dawn's prescript of that mirror world. Was he not found? Or maybe not even Dawn, just whoever, Sora or her counterpart. Oh, you said, yeah, Warp Yi Sang is better than Dimension Shredder Yi Sang at tier 3? Maybe I should go over his kit. I think when I kind of loosely read it last stream, it kind of seemed like he took a while to get going. But skill 1, on use final power +1 for every 6, charge on count plus rupture, and dimensional rift on target max 3. So what would we have? 6. So at 18, 9 to 16. It's not bad. Consume 1 dimensional castaway to reuse this coin once per skill. Max stack 3. Before getting hit, gain shield equal to stack percent HP 3 times per turn. See, this strikes me as being a little weird because, you know, he's gaining shield, but he's got an evade. So you don't really want or need shields for him. Consecutive dimensional slice. Unused final power +1 for every 6. Rupture plus dimensional rift on target max 3. Consume 5 charge count to gain final power +1. Unused at 3+ charge potency, coin power +1. So it seems like his clashing is pretty decent. Skill 3 rip space. Before use a 15+ charge count, activate 4 dimensional refraction, a time series severance instead. At 7 to 14 charge count, consume all charge count and gain a coin power +1 for every 7 charge count consumed, max 2. Final power +1 for every 6, rupture plus dimensional rift on target max 4. Gain 1 dimensional castaway and 1 quadricolor dimensions. Max stack 4, gain the following effects based on stack: offense level +1, defense +2, gain +1 more charge count from this unit's skills. This unit's skills deal plus charge penalty times 4% damage, max 20. If this unit gains this effect past its max cap, this unit gains the surplus stack next turn. Turn end, lose 1. Because, oh, that was something we talked about last stream too. His rupture is not very good. He does not have a lot of good rupture to him. His charge seems pretty good though. That one while Carmen Yummers. On hit, deal slash damage equal to 5% of this coin's final damage to all targets. 5+ charge potency, reuse this coin once per skill. It's an unfocused volley. And sidestep, this is how you can gain dimensional castaway and quadricolor easily. 1 time per turn. And then passives, open alley, gain 1 charge potency every time this unit consumes 10 cumulative charge counts. Yeah, so charge shenanigans. When another's ally's skill hits an enemy at attack end, consume 1 dimensional castaway to activate dimensional slice against the said target, then gain 1 quadricolor dimensions. velocity and coordinates and velocity. Nice. What is this? VACAV? What? I feel like this is supposed to be some kind of pun. If this unit speed is faster than the target's deal plus speed difference times charge potency on self damage max 20%. Turn end, gain charge potency on self divided by 2 haste next turn max 2 rounded down. But man, outrun even the ray of light. When one ally with the fastest speed uses a skill that gains or consumes charge count, gain 1 haste next turn once per turn. Isn't this supposed to like synchronize with the Dimension Shredder ego somehow? No, I guess not. Alright, let's head into Mirror Dungeon. Yeah, have you guys finished the achievements at all? I have been just straight up not doing them. I don't know why. Oh, I thought I had one loadout that needed the warp team. I guess not. No, I need to do blood fiends. Beat all enemies in a turn where 10 or more enemies are on the battlefield. What fight can you even do that in? Church of Gears? Mirror Dungeon at floor 5 or higher with 8 plus a theme pack exclusive Fusion Ego gifts. Maybe I could try and shoot for doing that one this stream, because I really do need to get these. And Charge has a lot of fusion stuff. Charge and Tremor have the most. So 8 plus theme pack exclusive fusion. But before Mirror Dungeon, do you guys want to talk about the Season 8 teaser? Project Moon has actually been doing some advertising. Look at that, chat. Got our glorious Season 8 teaser. Studium Panctium. Or no, Studium Punctum. It's a little hard to read, but man, look at that. That looks so sick. Unfortunately, you can't see it very well, but it looks like he's kind of holding like a bladed gun behind his back. And then of course seeing like a I don't know, just a black sun, or like maybe it's an eye? I don't know. It looks very, very awesome. Yeah, that's gonna be so fun. And that picture was taken in Japan, if I remember correctly. All right, I know there's a new charge thing, but maybe I think it's something you have to fuse into. Yeah, I'm really curious how charge is doing nowadays. Yoink.
완수했어요.
Yeah, so what does charge team even look like? We're doing Dimension Shredder. I guess just all the warp. I don't know why I have Radia here. Sinclair, he doesn't even have a charge ID. After all this time. And I would run Ishmael, but I kind of want to, you know, just press P. Do a just press P run.
사랑과 정의 이름으로 지금 이곳에 등장!
I will say he looks
그림 얼굴이야.
awesome. Very big fan of the like wrist blades.
행선지는 정해졌어.
지키기 위해서. 야! 아르카나 빛!
Yeah, it's been a while since I've run Magical Girl Dawn too.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
2점과 3점의 교점. 기억적인 망할 이름.
Dude, such awesome animations. Also, does he have like blood trailing after him? He does. He's like dripping blood. Ew.
지키기 위해서. 나도 지킬 게 많거든.
전부 본인의
Where is he? Does he just get that effect when he
그림 얼굴이야.
kills something?
행선지는 정해졌어. 전이 시퀀스. 고만고만하군.
I thought it was really funny last week when we were trying to find somebody who got this ID as a support ID. Someone who decided to gamble, and just nobody did.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
2점과 3점의 교점. 교차시키겠어.
Oh no, it looks like he just gains that effect when he uses the skill 3. So is that dimensional castaway? Or is that quadricolor?
갈 길이 멀구려.
Oh, that must be the effect of quadricolor. Yeah, yep, it is.
어디 시험해 보지. 통상 대타입. 일시방 노력은 가상하지만.
승객 무력 확인.
사랑과 정의.
맘.
지원하지.
So let's see, I want to try using his evade shenanigans for free hits.
단숨에 정리. 제압 완료.
나에겐 아끼지.
Does he just do it? Yep. You know, that seems pretty strong. Just getting a free... Well, I shouldn't say strong. It seems okay. Just getting a free skill 1 when you use evade as an unopposed attack.
작업 결과 좀.
I know the last time I ran
역시 반응 속도가 상승하는군.
a charge team, they had quite a bit of trouble. Oh, she doesn't have an envy skill 3. What the heck? Tell me Otis isn't a traitor. Yeah, what was I saying? I got Otis jump scared. Oh, how did he get his reused coin on his skill 1? Consume 1 dimensional castaway. So that mean, oh yeah, combat start. So whenever you use evade, it should just proc that. And then what's the rupture potency on that?
전부 본인의
2?
행선지는 정졌어.
승객 무력화 확인.
지원하지.
Okay, I didn't see him reuse the coin, and I think it might have been because the guy died.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
통상 배터리. 전 시퀀스. 노력은
Yeah,
가상.
LCE Gregor seems like the best charge ID at the moment.
지킬 게 많거든.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
Alright, that's sick. I really, really like the animations for this ID. He just zips around. Alright, where's Papa Bongy? There he is.
열차 상태 확인.
I'm curious if they're ever gonna release some kind of standard fare ID.
전부 본인의
암호 시동 체크.
I can't even remember the last time we got a standard fare ID. Now that I think about it.
아르카나 비트.
What was last season with Honglu? I guess reindeer Honglu, right? That was standard fare. But that wasn't easy. I don't think that was the last season. That would have been the season before? Like right before Honglu's Kanto came out?
날카롭고 정확한 공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 보건기 마음.
노력은 가상하지만 좌표를 갱신하였어.
Wait, what? Why did he not do the reused coin? That is freaking awesome.
악은 이렇게 정화되었네.
Dude, that's so sick. How can he be bad if he has such cool animations?
경로를 설치하여
Has that ever happened before?
내도하지 못할 곳을.
암호 시동 체크.
히어 아르카나 비트.
도약 성공.
동강 내주기.
Oh, actually, was Warcliffe standard fare or no?
지원하지.
정리 정도는 신입들 맡겨.
Nope. Season 6.
혼잡칸으로 간다.
Dude, am I missing something about his evade? I feel like he has not done the unopposed attack one time. Oh, maybe I'm dumb. Does he just not do that? What am I crazy? Did I just make that up? When another ally skill hits an enemy at attack and consume one dimensional castaway to activate dimensional slice against this at target, then gain one quadricolor dimensions. So right, isn't it with the... This is combat star. Is this also combat star? I mean, this would happen after... So yeah, he should just be getting a free skill 1 every turn. Or is it because they're dying right away?
노력은 가상 전시고 있어. 작동. 더야. 성공. 지원하지.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리.
47 clashing is nice. Oh, I was hoping he was going to be stuck in the dimensions since he killed going into a portal. And there he stayed. Not enough. 198. Chump change. Nice, we got a lot of good stuff. I do kind of want another skill 3 for her.
열차 상태 확인.
There you are, Bongy. Alright, let's see if we can get it to activate against the boss at least, because I am very confused. Okay, so my thought process, right? Combat start, he's gaining 1 dimensional castaway and 1 quadricolor. Right? So he has passive, so he gains that, that's combat start, and in his passive, when another ally's skill hits an enemy at attack and consume 1 dimensional castaway, right, which he gets from the defense skill, and he activates dimensional slice, which is his skill 1. Oh, so he, okay. So he's already consuming 1, that's why you don't get the reuse coin. Gotcha.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
좌표를 갱신하였어.
Okay, that makes sense. Figured it out. Yeah, Limbus company adding math to it? Mistake.
노력은 가수한 시퀀스. 작동.
벌써 끝나가는군. 공간을 뭉갠다. 승객 무력화. 확인.
지원하지.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리.
Seems got a lot of attack weight to it. 44?
4세대 차원을 반주하겠어.
Dude, that's pretty good. I don't know, man. I think by the time I get something like Lunar Memory and then more of the charge stuff, like, is he actually that bad of an ID? I'm really not seeing it at the moment. So looking for charge stuff. Contract is a good pickup. Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, we also got a teaser for the next Ego that's coming out.
예상한 기착지구랴.
It's gonna be a Scissor Dawn.
서두르지 말고 느긋하고 여유롭게.
So probably more healing and envy support.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
공간을 뭉갠다.
물점과 상점의 교정. 교차시키겠어.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
You know, the more I think about it, the more like confused I am. Why did Yusane get another charge ID and Sinclair still has none?
지원 시퀀스 작동.
The poor guy.
벌써 끝나가는군.
지원하지.
날카롭고 정확하게.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어. 물점과 상점의 교정. 교차시키는 망할 이름.
His damage seems good. He's got good numbers in clashing. I feel like I was being baited.
좌표를 기거는 망할 이름. 지원하지.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 정의 이름으로
틈새의 기억조차 못하게.
I saw the official release for Millie's new song is going to be on August 2nd for Not My Paradiso. I'm really curious if that means it's going to be a longer version, because the same thing happened when Runa came out, where Runa has like a cut section
지원하지.
to it, whereas Millie's version is the everything.
정확하게.
공간을 뭉갠다.
출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하군.
Yeah, lots of shields on this team too. Oh fuck, chat. Okay, so yesterday my fucking haunted bomb it has been going off nonstop, and it's going off again right now. So creepy. Its batteries are dead. Whenever I try to
양호. 아마도
Oh, Mirror Dungeon. Do you think I was gonna do Railway 2 with this team? You have to pay me money for that. Yeah, the reason that Bop It's haunted is the batteries don't work, and if I actually try and press any buttons on it, like it just does not start, but every now and then it just gets possessed and starts activating on its own. Which I feel like it actually hasn't done this for a while. I think the last time it did was back in February.
지원 시퀀스 작동. 지원하지.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 히야. 아르카나 빛. 차.
얌전히 앉아 있어라. 동강 내주지. 끝났으니까.
So cool. Oh, another thing I have to test is whether or not the Dimension Shredder ID activates the Warp Train emergency alarm. Dude, that's sick. They just die like one at a time.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
정의 이름으로 이 정도쯤이야?
노력은 가상하지만
마무리.
노력은 가상하지만 좌표를 경신했어.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 중.
온전히 앉아 있어라.
지키기보다도 지킬 게
How's
많거든.
everybody feeling about Railway 2? Come back around.
차원 파동 장갑 충전 완료.
만만찮겠군. 본인이
I think it's so funny seeing people's reaction to it being like, this is fucking awful.
견사시키겠어.
And I just kind of laugh like, man, you should have seen it before. I think now the Bakok, a bearable railway.
헛!
마무리.
지원하지.
You know, that's why I remember
어디?
when we were first theorizing about how the Bakoks for railways were gonna work.
승객 무력.
I was really hoping that they would do some kind of
정의 이름으로
like some kind of limitation, like you can only use the IDs that were available back in the day for the Bakok. You know, maybe like a vintage mode. Of course, you'd have to make all the IDs just available.
좋아하겠어.
Is a good addition to Rup Charge team in Mirror Dungeon. Still, Rup Charge is already good.
지원하지.
Wait, now that he's max stack, he's got like stank to him. It's a pretty cool effect. Right, 4's the max.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
First, do not go into the green dimension. Noted.
아르카나 빛! 차!
Yeah, I guess the only thing about Rup Charge is it's still pretty count negative, isn't it?
이름. 지원하지.
The hell was that?
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
쫓아 못하게.
정의 이름으로. 자, 악은 이렇게 정화되었네.
지원하지.
I can't press P.
날카롭고 정확한
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어. 건망할 이름.
Played so many double, triple status teams. Tremor Burn is eating good though. Tremor Burn is out of control. It got so many good IDs in a row. I'd imagine he's a slash ID, so we'll take that. Alright, what can I fuse? Also, I'm just now realizing the theme pack exclusive fusions, I'm gonna have to go to some packs that don't have charge stuff to them. Probably gonna get more hemorrhage support next season. I think it'll be Hemorrhage. I guess I could see that. Because N-Corp is a lot of Tremor and Bleed stuff. Nice. 98%. Alright, there's no way I hit 2%. And the super shop's not on the next floor. Right?
교류해. 설레네요.
암호 시동 체크.
Yeah, next season's gonna be awesome. Did you see the teaser poster pictures in Japan?
얌전히 앉아있으니 끝났으니까.
지원하지.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
정확하게.
I don't know which abnormality it's supposed to be. It looks like almost like a cross between the
형태 변경.
oh, what is it, Phantom Pain, and then the one that's holding the smoking,
고만고만하군.
or I guess the one that looks like a smoky gun guy.
어디 시험을 보자. 출력 형태.
It's got a bit of a cross between the two.
가상을 지원시켰어. 고만고만하군.
Lamau. This has got theme pack exclusives in it. And Rupture. Hey, do I have 5 Rupture? So 1, 2, I think he's 3. 3, 4, and then 5 with Dawn.
말고 느긋하고 여유롭게.
So we can build some of those fusion ego gifts.
어디 시험을 보자.
히어! 아르카나 슬레이버!
The only thing about the teaser thing, I never found any kind of translation for the text on the left.
사색의 자원을 반주하겠어.
So I imagine either today or tomorrow we're gonna get the... Oh, it's got a cool sound effect too. Actually, I don't know. Do you think this week or next we're gonna get like a...
승객 보건 중.
No, there's no way it could be so soon.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
Now that I'm thinking about it, the same thing happened during Kanto 5, right? Where we saw Ishmael.
지원하지.
암호 시동 체크.
Where they had advertising at the same event before we ever got a actual trailer teaser.
히어! 아르카나 슬레이버!
삼성 결정.
Seem to revisit the unreleased ego. At least this one looks like it.
지원하지.
Oh yeah, the like concept art.
정확하게.
Yeah, I remember those before Limbus even released. Show them the hair stride and tell them you're new. Choice unlocked with the Ego Gift Hair Stride. It's like pointing at me. Yeah, man, I'm a bunny.
예상한 기착지구랴.
The fools, and they've fallen for it. Yeah, maybe let's not fight sweepers.
예상한 기착지구랴.
Dang, that kind of had to catch up. Let's get more Gregor skill 3s. Honestly, his is probably the best one out of everybody. Oh, gun. Oh, and we got clear mirror? What in the heck? How much is it? 273? Damn, dude, it's like I had to take a second mortgage for that. Is it worth though? Surely.
우동은저가 없다면
You just hope we get an actual gas harpoon ID instead of ego support for Abmel ID. You think that's gonna happen? Really, I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly.
전부 본인의
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하라.
I think Mersault's Kanto is gonna be very... Alright, two tails, huh, Gregor? Why am I even giving you extra skill 3s, man?
공간을 뭉갠다.
What was it saying?
제압 완료.
Oh yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do for his Kanto. It's a bit odd, him returning and then immediately going to trial. I kind of thought, like, I don't know, he would do something while we were in N-Corp. Not that he had already done something.
쓸모가 있으려면
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
We get a Danganronpa-esque RPG segment. But you know, actually, in V3, there was an RPG section in Danganronpa.
본인이 하지.
출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하군. 사색의 차원을 반추하겠어. 고만고만하군. 지원하지.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, do you think it's more likely that the RPG thing that was teased by the director, do you think that's how Mersault sees the world? Or do you think that's going to be something that the Golden Bow does?
지원하지. 행성진 작졌어. 출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하군. 사색의 차원.
Also, I guess it's been a while since I've kept track, but I thought N-Corp used all of their Golden Bows during the Kanto 6 experiment, or did they have one left?
고만고만하군. 노력은 가상하다. 고만고만하군.
Oh no, Nelly ran off with one, didn't she? So that's his perspective of the world thing. Sounds possible. Dang, I didn't get the tattoo. Sorry, we can go to the Bakgak version if we have to. This also has a theme pack exclusive. Yeah, we kind of explored that idea of it being his perspective on the world because his memory is... Oh no. Sorry, who's gonna do it? No one fails this, right? Surely? Oh, and it's gonna be Yisang. Oh,
예상한 기착지구리.
not turned into a gift today. Like I was saying, we explored the idea of that being his perspective on the world because of the way his memory and how he wants like clear and concise commands is kind of like a hint towards that, I think. And yeah, his memory is almost like he's got like a log box that he can just access whenever. So we got the hat, we got the box. We need what? The ribbon and the dog? Guys, use Golden Bow and let's turn this into Elden Ring. And a Dark Souls version of Project Moon game sounds so cool. Sorry. Effigy's an interesting pickup. Yeah, no dog. Sag.
서두르지 말고 느긋하고 여유롭게.
미안. 네, 전부 본인의
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
쓰레기 같은 아르카나
You know,
놈들.
jeez.
차라리
Yeah, I'm really curious about what that section of his canto is even going to be like. Like, do we actually get to control it like it's an RPG?
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
Or is it... I don't know. What is that section going to be about? Because it also showed an animation of Mersault getting beheaded.
좌표를 갱신했어.
Which almost makes me think like there's a section where maybe you can fail. Well, actually, that wouldn't even be the case because he could get his head chopped off and then Dante just brings him back.
승객 보관 준비.
지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 건가?
사색의 반추하겠어.
Yeah, it's all being keyboardless is rough.
출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하군. 지원하지. 어디 시험을 보지.
Oh, nice. He can get this back to back. That's so sick.
출력 형태 변경.
The reuse coin.
고만고만하군. 지원하지. 행성진에 정졌어. 출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지만 고만고만하군.
Yeah, so many theories. Like, I don't know if the new League of Nine is going to be the ones. Actually, no, because they wouldn't be witnesses or anything on that. So yeah, I don't even know how they're going to end up being connected.
만만치 않겠군. 본인이 하지. 히야! 아르카나 슬레이버!
And then, of course, there's got to be stuff about Mersault's mother.
고만고만하군. 지원하지.
암호 시동 체크.
출력 형태 변경. 전시 작동. 고만고만하군.
He did that last time, too. Krieger must hate Christmas. All right, let's do Murder on the Warp Express. We do need to see whether or not it triggers the warp train emergency.
교류해. 설레네요.
My guess is yes.
미안. 내가 쓸모가 있으려면
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어. 기억조차 못하게.
Isn't there usually a sound effect with it? I didn't see a sound effect, but I saw the flashing red like the entire time.
공간을 승객 무력 제압 완료. 승객 복원 중.
지원하지.
Yeah, there's like that weird buzzing.
내가 쓸모가 있으려면
반추하겠어.
Oh, that's trippy.
노력은 가상하지만 잘 지켜줬군. 일정과 삼성의 결정. 기억조차 망할 이름.
Huh, maybe it's because it's not the final coin on the skill 3 too. Dude, this ID is awesome. Yeah, because your rip's based on an operating warp train. Yeah.
에고 침식도 양호. 아마도
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
Right, it doesn't like
반추하겠어.
oh, it's because it wasn't getting to the final coin. Okay.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Cause it to derail and make you lost in space forever.
고만고만하군. 좌표를 갱신.
Dude, that'd be so funny if that was an actual like mechanic that they put into the game. Like you only have this many times to rip space or else you lose.
완전히 안전해. 끝났으니까.
지원하지.
암호 시동 체크.
You get one of those like bait lost
반추하겠어.
lose screens, but instead it just says lost in space. Dude, he is doing damage. This is awesome.
일정과 삼성의 결정.
This is a good idea.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
Any ID in Mirror Dungeon is good ID? Why? Question mark.
끝났으니까.
공간을 뭉갠다.
I think Radia is the most confusing ID that's ever released in this game. What is her mechanic? Her, like... Why is Katia in a charge team? She's got charge. Yeah, isn't it that Radia ID is something like defense gives her poise, or like poise gives her defense?
시험해보지. 출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지만 고만고만하군. 사색의 차원의 반추.
None of this Y IDs having assist defense. What are the benefits of having 4 arms? Multitasking? Duh. Hey, who else should I have on here? Or Sinclair? I guess Reindeer Lou. Oh yeah. Wait. What happens if you do this? It's still, I imagine it still replaces it for that specific ID. That's weird, I never knew that was a thing. Nice, all skill 3s. Oh, and for Gregor. Alright, so I'm missing one other... Oh, I'm missing, like, the hat. I'm still missing quite a few charge shenanigans. Alright, so now we need the hat. Or not. Oh, it's a tier 2. Well, can you only get the hat in the Bakok? That might be it. Let's see, LCE he's saying is probably the best charge ID at the moment. Man, poor W Corp he's saying. He really got sidelined like that. Yeah, I guess I just have to do the other one. So we don't even need to try and fuse into Oh, and the crystals of bleed. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and do that. 2 memories. That's crazy. I've never seen 2 memories pop up in a shop like that. Insane.
교류해. 설레네요.
Yeah, that's in the buckcock.
행선지는 정해졌어. 사색의 차원을 반주하겠어.
Man, that's one of my favorite animations in a while. Outside of the House of Spiders IDs. I wonder what they're gonna do for the next ID. Like, is there anything left from Kanto 9 to do IDs of?
사랑으로.
틈새 장가요.
Or maybe we'll get an ArcCorp ID for Sinclair.
고만고만하군.
왕국의 주인 앞에 예를 갖춰라. 반역의 죄는 서형이 마땅하리라.
지원하지.
떨지 않고
어디? 시행 보지. 사색의 차원을 반주.
Hey, why is Faust here?
모조리 죽여서 서형이 만드는 거야.
Solid damage? Wait, what? He just give up? I don't think his HP was at 0. Heh, nothing personnel. Ooh, there's the sword. So we can grab that.
문법. 문법. 차원 파동 장갑.
Oh,
충전
shoot.
완료.
Alright, I guess we'll do one more fight with Faust in it.
히어. 아르카나 슬레이버.
Which, to be fair, I think those ring IDs are better charge IDs than bleed.
노력은 가상하지만
제압 완료. 승객
Because you can get their potency stacks so much quicker.
사색의 차원을 반주하겠어.
W Corp is so washed. Yo, they're getting outscaled by LCE.
왜냐해 예술을.
지원하지.
You know, actually, thematically, that is kind of sick, though. Because, you know, it's just kind of saying that, you know, W Corp in lore is fallen behind. No way I'm saying that. Yeah.
세상 기억조차 멀.
히어. 아르카나 슬레이버.
Because you get Faust and Ring Lu going a lot quicker.
출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하군. 잘 지켜줬군. 지원하지.
제가 쓸모가 있으려면 저의 뼈를 등을 잡고 저의 살로 채워나니 이제야 친해졌네요.
But I guess I would say that's more of like a mirror dungeon exclusive thing. In actual like story fights, probably the other way around. Actually, no. I want that on Dawn. Yes, more AoE. What am I missing? I think it's like tattoo, right? And that's blunt. Oh, and I've never seen the cube, so we need a tier 3 hat for slashing. What's the deal with Project Moon and Charge? Charge has a weird history in this game. Like, when the game first was out, Charge was all the rage, and it got to a point where... Who was it? Was it after W Corp Yi sang, where people were like, alright, no more Charge, man, I'm fucking sick of it. Okay. I feel attacked. There we go. Dude, it's a Rubik's Cube. Shadow lurking. When a HO Pack Malbranch ID enters the encounter for the first time, cap its minimum speed to 10 for 3 turns. At 10 plus minimum speed, this effect does not activate. What the heck? Base skills gain clash power +1 and deal plus 10% damage for every strider mouse stack. When inflicting Deathrite Haste, also inflicted on 2 enemies that do not have Deathrite Haste once per turn in focused encounters parts. If an ally's speed is faster than its target's, the ally's skills inflict speed difference divided by 3, more rupture or count, max 3. Damn, dude. Yeah, it only works for Mao. Yeah, not good for my team. Maybe I just put Malfaust as an honorary Charge team member. Turn in Heishao Pack Malbranch allies gain 2 haste next turn if an ally's speed is faster than its target's, or when an ally uses an unopposed attack. The said ally deals plus 10% damage or slash damage for every speed difference divided by 3, max 30%. If an ally's speed is faster than its target's, take minus 10% damage for every speed difference divided by 3, max 30%. Damn. I'm starting to think Project Moon really likes Mao. The Mao branch. What else did I need? The tattoo? That's blunt. Well, Book of Vengeance is a nice start. Yeah, they're both blunt. Or did I sell the chains? I think I might have fused the chains already. Yeah, I used them in a fusion earlier. Whoops. Charge used to be good in lore. Yeah, it's like I said, I think it's maybe indicative of like theme of W Corp's downfall. Because you know Limbus is going to be part of the wing war that takes him down. Okay. Yeah, the other was a tier 2. So we don't really need that anymore. That's not even blunt. Hey, there we go. Alright, how many Fusion exclusives am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it.
교류회. 설레네요.
Kind of feel like halfway there by floor 7 is not a good sign. Also, Faust stayed. Because every Rupture ID after to be nerfed and then moved to other Death Branch because it fueled Malfaust too quick. You know, Rupture has a really weird history in this game too. Remember the Deviant Association? The old 15-3 curse.
지원하지.
무슨 일 만만치 않겠군. 으니 하지.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 복원 중.
And then after that, they just stopped giving count to newly released Rupture IDs.
벌써 끝나가는 거.
지원하지.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
I guess after we're done with this, we can do a Lahang test with this ID.
고만고만하고. 지원하지.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정말.
출력 형태.
Can he hurt the Lahang?
고만고만하고. 출력 형태 변경. 고만고만하고.
Damn, dude, I'm still getting like screen tearing on my PC.
본인은 아득하나 비트.
I just noticed it with the sweepers running past, but it didn't show up like that on
승객 복원 중.
stream.
지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 겐가?
Which apparently, I was looking it up. I guess the processor that I have had like a microcode issue, and then they never told anybody.
제압 완료. 승객 복원 중.
You had to be like deep in the know to find out about it.
나쁘지 않아요.
And the only fix for it after what was it, the 13th and 14th generation Intel processors all had this microcode issue, and it wasn't a year until after they released it that they did an update for the BIOS to fix it. Let's see, more fusions. What do we want? Warp Bakak? I don't think Monastic has a lot. Where to go? There it is. Charge will never be good at. They're just gonna make IDs consume so much charge count and gain a little charge penalty just to get mediocre benefits. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of charge. But I don't know if I'd say it's mediocre.
작업 결과 좀. 역시 반응 속도가 상승하는군.
차원 파동
Are you saying it's like mediocre in comparison to, I'm just never gonna change this Faust ID, by the way. In comparison to like other team comps? That poor blood fiend, killed by the power of anime.
통성 배터리 전 시퀀스 작동.
공간을 뭉갠다. 승객 무력화 확인.
The charge was like back in the day was more of a like boss killing team. You know, really good for Railway 1, for instance. And the idea was kind of like a really big combo turn. You know, you get Rabbit Heath using his skill 3 and then everybody else using their skill 3s. Taking advantage of all the fragile. Dang, they all turned into chunks. That was sick.
정답. 자, 선물도 줄게.
Alright, Faust, get out of here. We're gonna put up a Christmas tree.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
통성 배터리 전 시퀀스 작동. 사색의 차원을 반주하겠어.
So many IDs have their own unique charge mechanic. The charge is not even a special status.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Yeah, it's so true. Do you remember when yeah, this is kind of a blast. Like the Molar Office IDs giving themselves Tremor as like a pseudo charge ID. We haven't had one of those in a long time.
지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 건가?
어디 시험을 보지.
But you know what? That's one thing I'll say about like the thumb IDs. They have a surprising lack of discard shenanigans and like actually using bullets to them. Considering that's what Runa's gameplay for the thumb was. Let's give this to Dawn. And then Warp, I'm missing... It's a tier 3? Oh shoot, and we didn't get the blood crystal too. Oh, it's tier 2. Should probably look for bleed. Nice. Huge. And we got it. Oh, and a gauntlet. And a glaive. Alright, now what am I up to for exclusives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. So I think TKT is our best shot at that. So maybe I should start buying up some Tremor stuff.
이름의 통로를 설치하여 내도하지 못할 곳으로.
Here's when we see PM version of Madoka Magica. Maybe for lucky we're gonna see our own QB. How close can they get to trademark?
노력은 가상하다. 고만고만하군.
It's always a fun thing in gachas. I love every now and then when a new character will be like showcased, people will be like, oh, that's the character from this game. Look at this blatant ripoff. And like, it's like, yeah, it's a pretty damn blatant.
왕국의 주인 앞에 예를 갖춰라. 반역의 죄는 소형이 마땅하리라.
지원하지.
충전 기능 점검.
Dude, why does it keep dropping from the top of the screen? But when other teams consume their charge to do their special 3-2 or amplitude entanglement, those are hard or non-existent to come by. I mean, 4.8k damage. That's something to write home about. Nice, TKT. Not with like anything good in the rewards though. Let's try to find another TKT. Yeah, at least this one's got a stopwatch. Oh, an event that just gives us money? Actually, that's not bad. I can use that to buy.
사랑과 정의 이름으로 지금 이곳에
암호 시동 체크.
전국들 본인의
공간을
You
뭉갠다.
can even call the Dawn Duo charge IDs.
승객 무력 확인.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, nobody's ready for that discussion. Yeah, that is a really funny observation.
안전히 앉아 있어라.
You know, the cool thing is, once they get their stacks built, you don't even have to have the specific skill on your dashboard. You don't have to have a skill 3 on your dashboard. You can just use their defense skill to get a, like, pseudo skill 3 too.
고만고만하군. 지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 겐가? 왜 하필 오늘 사물이 술렁하지만 그중에서도 우리 숙소만 이 작전에 투입되는 거야?
I think I saw Radia having a meltdown. Man, I can't wait to see R-Corp again.
출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지.
Finish here, how's it going? I mean, the issue with charge is basically there's so many mechanics that act like charge, but it's just outright better and scales better.
안전히 앉아 있어라. 끝났으니까.
Yeah, like I said, the idea that it's kind of like maybe playing into the theme of W Corp's downfall.
정리 시간이다.
Project Moon's basically saying, yeah, they're not really all that special.
쓸모가 있으려면
노력은 가상하지만 고만고만하군.
사색의 자원을 반주하겠소.
All I'm saying is I'm gonna be really excited when there's a Tom Airy ID and it's got charge to it somehow. Triangles and squares.
지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 겐가?
시험해 보지. 출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지만 고만고만하군.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료.
Let's say charge isn't fun, it's fun, but like you mean, even if you look at the middle IDs, Otis Health and Kira literally have to charge up Tattoo Vengeance, which isn't that hard, and they get uber rewarded. Give me the pants. Oh, what? The door was already shut. Time is more precious than on. Do arrive earlier than our closing hours next time.
너네 벨로 아름답지 않네요.
Faust, what have you done? You've killed us. We're dead. We're dead. Oh, sick. I got 2 of those. Oh, sweet. I just got everything we needed for the fusions. So we got another achievement down. Oh, just kidding. What am I missing? I thought I got both hands, no? Or did I get the wrong watch? Might have gotten the wrong watch. 0 tremor units? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm doing an achievement where I need 8 exclusive theme pack fusions. Tom Mary by the 2 centers in 1 though. Dude, let it be Ishmael and Heathcliff. But instead of being loving, like how Tom and Mary were, they're just bickering the whole time. Yeah, what? Oh, I did get the wrong one. There's a tier 3 I need. Alright, now they're just messing with me. You poor W Corp results. One more fuse into it? I think I gotta fuse into it. Don't need that or that. Alright, give me all the other tier 3s first. It does show up in this pack, right? Yeah, it's got to. I don't even have a tremor unit. This is such a waste of money. Wait, what? Oh, he is a tier 2 the whole time. Son of... shoot. How long's the dungeon been going on? What's it say? Not too long, we're only up to almost like 2 hours. It was a tier 2 the whole time. Alright. Well, on the bright side, I guess I can use all these tier 3s I've acquired. There we go. All right, achievement complete. We'll do a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice.
이름의 통로를 설치하여 내도하지 못할 곳으로.
이건 죽어갈 시간을 구원하는 일이다. 시간이 남잖아. 일어나라. 500시간. 아니, 2000시간은 잘라내.
Muppet?
똑바로 해.
I don't think this guy's doing too well.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Urge basically to get its toes stepped on by a lot of other IDs, especially this season with almost all the House of Spiders IDs that basically are game this thing to use on this thing, but it won't. But it won't clip your wings if you don't. I guess it's kind of weird because the House of Spiders is such a powerful entity in and of itself that like it should just be outright strong, you know. What do you need achievements when you reach 100%? There's another banner. The one that's not cool. It has no effects to it.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하고.
출력 형태 변경.
Well, there's skills that sound like the skill in lore. Don't have to say identical, but overcharge that one, yes, stay mobilized. I remember talking about that back in the day when I first saw that. Dude, I always loved in Runa. That was one of my favorite builds. Specific on the purple tear key page, and you put overcharge on it in her defense stance, because in her defense stance, being immobilized, it doesn't work. So you can just spam overcharge as much as you want. Man, so much overcharge, so much like extra pierce damage. Yeah, now the sky's the limit. I don't really know where I even want to go. Wasn't there a new... I thought there was a new, like, weird charge item or ego gift that makes the first ID count as W Corp. Am I making that up? I feel like I read that in the patch notes. But wait, what pack would that be in? LCE? Did it get updated? Bakok? Question mark? I don't know, or I'm just making it up. It's not real.
켈 벨러 절묘하군요.
이름의 통로를 설치하여 내도하지 못할 곳으로.
암호 시동 체크.
Dang, 44. Or no, maybe charge will get real good when our corp rolls around for real. Do my boppets going off again? That is so weird, man. I have like no explanation for it either. I think like demons can get trapped in stuff.
왜 하필 오늘 아무리 소녀팀만
Oh, I do not like that I said that and it immediately went off again.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
Dude, I do not want to bop it, man. Fuck.
기억조차 못하게. 사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
You know the thing that I really hate about this bop it just randomly going off is it freaks out my cat.
만창했군. 본인이
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
Because he hears the noise and he doesn't understand like what's making it. And I saw him walk across the table looking around. And then he moved towards it. He was at the bop it and it fucking went off again and scared him. That sounds like something a demon would do, no?
히어 아르카나 슬레이버.
Or like a playful leprechaun.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
Wait, that final slash, is that supposed to be like a rend space? That looked kind of sick.
좌표를 갱신했어.
공간을 뭉갠다.
통상 배터리 전 시퀀스 작동.
You okay?
끝났으니까 지원하지. 어디 시험해 보지.
Yeah, dude, my cat is just staring at it. Oh man. That feels kind of thematic for a charge day. Even the bop it's going along with it.
출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지만 고만고만하고.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소. 이름
지원하지.
행선지는 정졌소.
출력 형태 변경. 잘 피해.
Probably end up
통로를 설치하여
leaving the mirror dungeon on this floor. I don't think we need to go to extreme, do we?
내가 눈이
Got the achievement. Now just need to get the heck out of here.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
I just that has a bit of like a gun sound effect at the end of it. Yeah, actually, sounded a little similar to the first two coins of Mind Whip.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 복원 준비.
안전히 앉아 있어라. 끝났으니까. 지원하지.
무슨 일
충전
있었던
기능
게인가?
점검. 단숨에 정리하다. 헛! 마무.
히어
No, since I have like two other Blood Fiend achievements, I kind of wish they'd do a Blood Fiend ID just out of nowhere.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소. 사색의 차원을 반추하겠어. 이름
지원하지.
왜 하필 오늘
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
그중에서도 우리 슈퍼만이 작전에 투입되는 거야?
More Mind Whip. There's not really anything else we need, is there? Some random tier 3 in the card. I don't even know if I've ever seen the back. That's crazy. Lunar memory just in the shop? I think this is the second time I've ever seen this. And for 420. What does Project Moon mean by that? Yeah, dang dude, we really got blessed by lunar memory for the last fight.
정의 이름으로 지금
Or maybe that's the game telling me it wants me to go to extreme?
들의 행동 양상도
왜 하필 오늘
Thoughts?
사무리 소녀팀만 그중에서도 우리 숙소만이 작전에 투입되는 거야?
동강 내주기.
아르카나 비트 헛! 차!
통상 배탈.
I wonder what these things are gonna hit for.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Alright, does he do 6k damage?
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
No freaking. Oh, well, that was special contract. That was a lot more than 6k. Well, now I feel like I have to do extreme mode. You can't look a gift horse in the mouth, you know? That would be uncouth of me. Now, do I do any adversity? We do a little bit of adversity. And then since we talked so much about him, let's go beat up the new League of Nine.
정답. 자, 선물도 줄게.
You know, another thought I had about that RPG section that was shown in the Kanto 10 teaser. Is it also possible that that's going to be something associated with like a blue man member guy? Like a new one? Because it did seem like one of those was shown in that teaser too. It was kind of similar to how Samson could make his like stage play. Oh, that's a crazy pickup. So this is probably better.
빨리 시작하시죠. Clashing is getting a bit scary. 45.
어디 시험해 보지. 통상 배터리 전이 시퀀스 작동.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Alright, he's dead.
저기 이쁘지?
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소. 기억조차 못하게.
You know, that's something I like about the unfocused volleys.
좌표를 갱신하였어.
It's just, I don't know, the way they can keep going after like killing stuff, so you don't have to think so much about numbers.
지원하지.
Damn, they hate Queequeg. The heck was that?
왜 하필 오늘
출력 형태 변경.
아무리 숨었지만 그 중에서도 우리 숙소만 작전에 쓰는 거야?
잘 지켜줬군.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Seeing Ahab again is going to be interesting. I wonder if she's still going to be all demoralized. Or if she's actually able to go on excursions to kill pallid whales.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
Alright, I kind of feel like I'm showing off. We're just padding the damage stats for the end screen.
지원하지.
행선지는 정해졌소.
출력 형태 변경. 잘 지켜줬군.
틈새의 장목가요.
공간을 뭉갠다.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소. 분명할 이름.
지원하지.
왜 하필 오늘 오늘은 아무리 술렁팀만 그 중에서도 우리
출력 형태
숙소만
변경.
60.
쓰는 거야?
잘 지켜줘.
좌표를 갱신하였어.
아르카나 피츠
사색의 차원을 반추하겠소.
He does crazy damage for charge ID. Yeah, he's outscaling all the others.
성공.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료.
Dude, he outskills them hard.
지원하지.
무슨 일 있었던 겐가? 만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지. 야! 아르카나 슬레이버!
사색의 차원을 반주하겠소.
Yeah, and that extra coin being able to hit every single enemy in the unfocused volley.
출력 형태 변경. 노력은 가상하지만.
Yeah, what actually did more damage than Gregor?
온전히 앉아 있어라.
헛! 샤!
공간을 뭉갠다.
지원하지.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
이 애고에 이런 힘도 있었나?
More power plus 2, offense level plus 2, gross, offense level plus 8, 3. Alright, let's go beat up Laheng. See how he does in a real fight. You know, honestly, just see how Charge does in any real fight.
연구조 전시 준비는 완벽하답니다.
컨제스천 클리닝 아머.
각 정리요원은 마침내 현장 투입인가.
맡겨두시게!
이 복제 준비되었어요. 교류회 설레네요.
Alright, the real test. Which I don't think he can dodge this, right? Maybe? We don't really want him to. But I do want to use that so I can gain a dimensional castaway. Otherwise, the only other way to gain that is using a skill 3?
감상은 어떤가?
You know, one thing I haven't checked, how are the new announcers? Dude, I can't wait for Valen, Radia, and Lucio Cliff. I hope we get more of her throwing bottles at him. Just that glass shattering sound effect is so freaking funny. and just a free hit? Did I just roll like the worst? Maybe I just pick bad clashes. I don't know, that's kind of crazy. 8 to 16, just skill 1. 6 charge. But at the same time, I do wonder if doing more evade shenanigans early on is better.
어디 시험해 보지. 전 시퀀스 작동. 좌표를 갱신해왔어.
Nice. Good dodges.
총알까봐 까올 놈들은 아닌가 보네.
갈 길이 멀구려.
I wonder what is the easiest way to keep Dimensional Castaway up? I feel like there's no way to actually get more than 1 stack per turn unless he has 2 skill slots. Because that's just 1, grip space is 1. Even the 2 is 1. Yeah, and then there's no other way to get it. So you do just need more skill slots. So I kind of need him to clash. He has no sanity.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 점검.
I mean, at the moment, he's a solid clasher.
사랑으로.
I always feel like that's one of my starting points for IDs. Determining whether they're good or not. Because if you can't win a clash, then you can't really do damage.
보라고 서 있으면 목 떨어진다.
지원하지.
That's one thing about this team comp. I'm not seeing like a lot of rupture. So is it better to run like someone who's actually good with count instead of Ring Glue, like maybe Fang Hunt? Or isn't it Fang Hunt's only like what, +1 on count, or is it +2? I don't think it's very high.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
Yeah, now I'm kind of feeling it with this ID. Because, yeah, it almost feels like you want the dimensional castaway effect, but you can't keep using evades.
공간을 뭉갠다.
So what is the idea that you have to gain sanity, then spam evades?
보라고 서 있으면 목 떨어진다.
지원하지.
큰거 하나 쓸란게 뒤져서 흥 깨지 말어야.
Yo, not a big one. Six to 18. Or we'll use an ego dimension shredder.
충전기능 점검. 단숨에 정리한다. 눈을 떼지 마라. 한순간이라도 놓친다면 영원히 방황할 테니.
Oh, Eternal Wandering. That's how Yi Sang ended up. Alright, which one's cooler? Otis's ego animation or Yi Sang's skill 3-2? Honestly, kind of a toss-up.
하고 나온 게 이짝도 달아오르는.
I think the only thing that's cooler is
이번 차량을 정리한 후에
I think her ego corrosion for Dimension Shredder has like a unique kill animation to it. Or like eats the bodies. Alright, I do have the charge. I mean, I might as well maybe not spend all of them. One or two.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리.
들리세요? 한 쌍의 사원볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가.
보라고 서 있으면 목 떨어진다.
You know, I also gotta say, chat, it is very weird streaming Limbus on a non-update day.
사색의 차원을 반추하게.
Because it wasn't until right before stream where I was like, oh shit, I actually could have started this earlier. Because there is no update to wait for.
틈새 장본가요.
Yeah, and then not having to mute the audio so I don't get killed by the instrumentals for In Hell We Live.
지원하지.
술적이네요.
It's kind of taken a while to even get to the stagger bar. I'm remembering what it was like using the Dawn team and doing this fight and how easy it was. Yeah, Charger's really seen better days, hasn't it?
만만찮겠군. 니 하자.
Does he not have 5+ negative effects? No skill 2-2.
지원하지.
큰거 하나 쓸란게 뒤져서 흥 깨지 말어야.
Dang, Ryoshi can win that.
행성지는 정해졌어.
Use the power of Madoka Magica, though.
아르카나 슬레이버!
지원하지.
한단 날인판인지 끝은 보고 가야지.
Alright, he's got too fragile on it, so let's go ahead and dump some damage. There's closing time.
암호 시동 체크.
Alright, let's see what he does.
사색의 차원을 반추하겠어.
$256.
있으면 목 떨어진다.
Not the greatest payoff I've ever seen. Does he get outdone by Gregor? No.
잘 지켜줬군.
I don't know, maybe
더야.
it's so weird. I don't really know what I should be leaning into with this idea, like charge or rupture. Like how much better would it even get with just more rupture count application? I will say the clashing on all the charge IDs seems pretty good.
정의 이름으로 이유!
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다. 그럼 안녕히.
He did just a little more damage than
지원하지.
Dimension Shredder. Yeah, like this is where clashing with the Lahanga is supposed to be pretty awful. But yeah, with this team, it's not. It's not so bad.
만만찮겠군. 본인이
And he's almost done. If I had like a couple more skill 3s, we could just end the fight here. Yeah, I don't know, kinda slow.
틈새 잡아가요.
Would he get Rupture up to 7?
거기서 지켜보시죠.
어때야? 이건 좀 받아볼 만한 값이야.
Oh, so glad he didn't flip heads
더
there.
이상의 주태를 보일 순 없지.
지원하지.
큰 거 하나 쓸란게 뒤져서 흥 깨지 말어야.
Now, if you're in a fight where you needed to kill these guys, this seems like a good team for it. If I saved some of my AoE stuff. But, you know, again, you could just like go for the kill here. You know, aim for the
충전
throat.
기능 점검. 단숨에
Crazy time to flip tails. I know that's 38 sanity, but damn. It's really playing with fire.
정의보다도 풍자여 운명 속에 파묻힌 그대 여기서 빛찬 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 슬레이버!
So this ID, it feels like one of those ones where you really want to have 2 skill slots with them in these kind of longer fights, so that you can take advantage of the dimensional castaway and the unopposed attacks. Did he? Oh no. I thought he died. Yeah, I want to finish the fight and see just how much damage he ended up doing for it.
보라고 서 있으면 목 떨어진다.
Did I really not hit the damage threshold? Oh no. That might have been a grit moment. Dude's too beefy. Okay, Burn finished it.
여기까지 온 것도 징한 일이다.
Wait, what did my team even apply Burn to him?
근데 요시히데야. 이기려면 그 칼을 싸게 뽑았어야지.
I think Ring Glue did the most damage.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는
Sorry,
마에스트로가
punched my mic.
인정받은 세
Take
가지
that.
작품을 뜻하죠.
Yeah, Ring Glue and then Dimension
지금 제
Shredder.
작품이 만인의 심금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
Yeah, weird ID, man. I think in these longer fights, he definitely wants 2 skill slots to really shine. But Izmir Dungeon? Hell yeah. It's weird. The dimensional castaway into his passive seems like the thing you really want to be trying to do. Dimension Rift at the end of the turn, gain rupture count by this effect stacks, then remove this effect. Yeah, you know, and I didn't really see a whole lot of that, like, taking place. It's weird. It almost feels like if his skill 1 applied Dimensional Rift, then the ID would work a whole lot better. Or at least in terms of Rupture. That's a sick lead in. So what's that mean? So how much does his ego inflict? On hit, charge count was spent to inflict 3 dimensional rift. Rambling Man. If this unit took no damage last turn, gain +4 charge count. On hit against an enemy that has slower speed, inflict +1 rupture count 3 times per turn. I guess that could be another implementation. And of course, if you're at uptie for thread spinning 4 for this, you're inflicting 5 dimensional rift instead. So I wonder if maybe that's like a better idea, especially if you can't gain an additional skill slot for a fight. Having a Dimension Shredder Ego passive activated. Because yeah, then that works really well with Sidestep, and you're always gaining the Dimensional Castaway and getting unopposed attacks. This is where you're never getting past one Dimensional Castaway stack though. It's weird. It's like this idea is one or two numbers away from actually being good. Well, not, I shouldn't say good. Because the ID does feel good. Like, it's better than a lot of the other charge IDs. Just for the fact that it's the clashing is very good, and then it has all this different like percentages to increase the amount of damage he does. I think he's decent. I do too. It's just weird, you know. All the other charge IDs are kind of like mid. He's just a little better. Yeah, like just having one more dimensional castaway. Which makes me curious, why does it even max stack at 3? I guess you could go like one turn using a defensive skill and then use a skill 2. No, but your passive is still going to end up consuming the dimensional castaway. But it would have happened on the other turn. He's actually one number away from being so much better. That's funny. The reason people seem more disappointed, I think, is literally because of the amount of ideas that came out before him. The blank have been determined. Destination. Oh, that could go good here. Oh, you got more of this destination? It's peak. I think I can also gain that mirror dungeon achievement. Or no, I have to actually finish that. And I want to see what the collage looks like now. Where'd they stick them? Why, Faust is so tiny. We got small index Faust. They kind of put baby in the corner, didn't they? Yeah, I don't know. There is like an obscene number of IDs this season, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah, I feel like this kind of always happens when IDs come out and they're like not better than other season IDs. I kind of have to have a discussion like, you know, sometimes things can just kind of be fun. But they don't have to be so meta defining, you know. Which I will say, very, very fun ID to play. Love the animations, and the damage in Mirror Dungeon is very good. In story fights, His story fights, he seems slow. Yeah, nothing's gonna top House of Spiders ID. No. No, not for the season. Which I think probably after Scissor Dawn, my guess is that we're gonna get a Wayfarer ID. Oh, I never checked what world he's from, by the way. His own mirror world. Not even with the DLC, the Ujat Otis. Interesting. Dissertation is basically every time you get a skill 1, you dodge instead. That's literally it. Yup. Yeah, weird. And then, like, I don't know. Sometimes, is it even worth using the skill 2? I mean, you get 1 dimensional rift, so you get one rupture count the next turn. So, like, so how much rupture is he putting on? So skill 1 is 2. Skill 2, he's got 3 and 1 count. Skill 3, 1. 3 rupture, 2 counts. Skill 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 potency, 2 counts. So even in a rupture team, I don't think he's gonna be. I mean, if you're going full rupture, he's probably better than Wu Branch. Maybe? But I say that and then I see the +1 rupture count. Oh no, because he's got way more count already. But only on skill 1s and 2s. And I don't know, weird idea. There's some rupture counts. Oh, he's got the 15-3 curse. Oh, I forgot about that. He's very count negative, but every time you hear count negative, you kind of just roll your eyes. Because, like, in the places you're going to use him, it doesn't matter. Like, story mode's not hard enough to. No, but it does make, like, a charge rupture team better? Or, like, more viable? When hit, the attacker gains +1 charge count. When hit with the gloom attack, gain +1 rupture count. He doesn't have gloom, does he? No. Lamau. She association. Maybe that's going to be the. We'll get a standard fair ID and get another she. Yeah, I don't know. The ID is fun and functional. It definitely an improvement on charge. I would say it's an improvement on W Corp Sang. Because I was gonna say, I don't remember W Corp Sang being very good for Rupture either. And you need a whole skill 3 to apply 2-dimensional rift. The Quirky Sing is very good. For the reason why people are upset. Yeah, that's why I was kind of saying, you know, Sinclair doesn't have a charge ID. Help him out. Make bro part of the team. This guy is drowning in burn IDs, which is thematic. Actually, I don't even think he has a charge ego. No. Okay, interesting. Yeah, like I said, just a fun idea, cool animations. Maybe like a weird game. Maybe when the Dimension Shredder gets the ego, gets its thread spinning 5, he'll get bumped up. Which is a possibility. You say people are people like genuinely upset? Maybe they're just venting their leftover frustrations from playing Railway Line 2. Which is so funny, man. People saying that Line 2 is bad now. Dude, it's so much better than what it was. Oh yeah, I like that. This is a sick line for Dimension Shredder Ego. It's been a very tough area of frustration, to be honest. It doesn't seem all that serious. Some people are okay, others are pissed that the idea is like uber mid. It sucks what you were on that side of the table for a while before actually playing him. Really, isn't Timini's fun? That's all that matters to you. I feel like I don't know, it's always a bit weird because I feel like some people are like, yes, charge, you know, make charge good again, and they get really hyped about a charge ID and then it's just kind of okay. Yeah, it's like, well, come on, why are we not learning our lesson? Just have fun. Still use 2 stars because they can just be fun and provide a good challenge. Speaking of which, I need to check Zyrodia because I forgot what she does. Oh yeah, she was a poise. On crate inflict 1 fragile. Oh, I thought she had something to do with the defense. damage does this at 15 plus shield, coin power plus 2. So at 4 to 9, 13, 17. Damn, that's a skill 3. Actually pretty good for a 2-star. Yeah, what is it, her passive? Oh yeah, at the start of the combat phase, gain 2 shield per 1 poise count, max 20. There's gonna be a day where we get a Zwei association ID that brings her back. Trust. Zwei needs IDs that give them just assist defense. Have them all protecting each other. Yeah, maybe they're waiting for a good opportunity to bring Walter back. Back from being booked. Yeah, you're just waiting for a leader's ID that buffs the rest. But I think during Kanto 10, we're gonna get some kind of in-corp fanatic ID that buffs all of them. That just kind of seems to be the trend. Which that would be nice, because some of the in-corp theme is pretty damn fun. Also 2+ coin drop, insane. I think I'll go ahead and call it a stream here. And yeah, I've already discussed my thoughts on the ID. Fun and okay. Good addition to charge. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here. So thanks for hanging out. Pretty easy, your dungeon run. Yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day and or night. I will see ya in the next one. Peace.